Hi, this is Geraldine, your nutritionist. So I'm coming at you from Healthy Life with Zyga World, and each time you tune in, you're going to see that I'm going to be trying to create different juices, different smoothies, different breakfasts, different healthy recipes for you. And what we've got here today is very simple juice with 5 ingredients. Now, what I always try and get my clients to do is just have their ingredients and have their vitamin pill first thing in the morning. It's much easier than any other time, unless they're fasting, and then that's a different thing. And so what we've got here is straight away on an empty stomach, the first thing that you're going to take, you can drink water, but then you're going to be taking in a juice. And this beetroot juice is really good for digestive health. That's where we're looking at. So beetroot and carrot, excellent for digestive health. Apple is also going to provide you with things like pectin. You're also going to get lots of vitamin C. The cucumber gives you lots and lots of water. And then you've got your celery. Now, celery, sometimes people don't generally like celery, but I find if you juice it, you're going to absolutely love it. So we're going to start by juicing our celery sticks first of all. They are the easiest, they just fit straight into the juicer. And we're just going to juice them up now. So that's really easy with the celery sticks. You literally just push them down. What you'll find with vegetables is they are actually quite a high water base anyway, so you will get quite a lot of juice out of them, which is very good. You can get your children to have this, you can have it for yourself. If you've got problems with skin, there's nothing better than having a juice and including a juice. And I would always say these are our vitamin pills. That's exactly what they are. So I'm going to cut the carrot down the middle, make it easier. You could have used 2 small carrots. I'm actually using 1 large carrot. So I'm just going to cut that down. There we go. And I'm going to cut it again, just so that we make sure that we can fit it into our juicer. So it's really quite simple. Just cut the carrot down the middle. And you'll notice these are organic carrots. They're not peeled at all. Even if they're not organic, wash them thoroughly. Really wash them thoroughly and just put them into your juice. So you'll see most of the vitamin C sits under the skin. So what you want to try and do is refrain from taking that out. Vitamin C can also kind of evaporate pretty easy, and vitamin C is a really important connector of tissue, so tissue connector. So we've got to make sure that we push it all the way down. The next going in is our carrots. We always know the colour of the carrot is orange, so the colour of the carrot always is quite strong. And what's really beautiful about this juice is that you've got all different colours. And we started off with the green of the cucumber, we're now going on to the orange of the carrots. So, you know, as we do lean towards looking at different colours of our food, which is why some of our foods are brightly coloured. And so therefore, it's really good to actually include a rainbow diet. So this is what I would call a rainbow diet, where you're having lots and lots of different colours. So let's pop the last bits of that in. Brilliant. So moving on, we're going to go to our cucumber. Again, I'd say that cucumber is quite high water based. Again, it's one of those vitamin C's. Vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin, so you'll find that that's why it goes quicker than most. Lots of, you know, other vitamins like vitamin A are fat soluble, so they tend to last a bit longer. But water soluble vitamins like vitamin C tend to actually be degraded first. So we're going to put in our cucumber now. And because this is really a water based, we should get quite a lot out of it, and that means that we're going to get quite a good high intake of vitamin C, which is absolutely excellent for health. And certainly for skin, it's such a good antioxidant. So that's our cucumber going in. Next we're going to have our apple, so we're going to cut that in half. I try to use green apples. I think they're less sweeter than the red apples. A lot of apples, our apples have been changed. I mean, apples used to be very, very bitter. They tend to be a lot more sweeter now because our palates have got sweeter. So if you can have homegrown apples, depending on what time of the year, if they're in season, then try and get the homegrown ones. Those are the ones that we need. Cut them up nice and small. And you can put them all in. Again, don't forget that we're taking the sap out here. So we can put them all in. So let's just put the whole lot of them in. And that's where your sweetness is going to come from. So we're making quite a lot here. Don't forget you're going to be getting a lot of vitamin C from this. So I'm just pushing them all through. And so again, at the moment, my juice is still mainly orange. It is quite green as well, but it's mainly the orange colour that we're seeing at the moment. So I'm just going to chop up the last few bits, pop them in. And as I said, if you can get your apples that are in season, then they're the best ones. They're going to have the most nutrients in. If they've just been grown, then they're going to have the most nutrients in when we have an abundance of food. And so it's much better for you if you can. And so it's much better for you if you can to eat your apples, get the ones that are in season. If they're in season, then buy the ones that are in season rather than the ones that are forced. So if you shop locally, then you should be able to get foods that are in season. And then, like I said, just make sure you wash them thoroughly before you push them through the blender. Okay, so last but not least, we've got our beetroot. Now, there's no point in wasting the top of the beetroot. You can actually put that into the juice as well. So just put that in and push that down. And this is when we're going to see that the juice may well change colour. Now, this beetroot is raw. I haven't cooked it at all. It's a raw beetroot. You don't need to cook it if you're going to be having a beetroot juice. It might be an idea for you to be careful what you're wearing. If you're going to have something white on, then you might not necessarily want to make a beetroot juice, or if you do, then get changed after. Make the juice first, have the juice, and then perhaps if you're going to work or if you're going to the gym or whatever you're doing, you could perhaps get changed after so that you don't mess up any of the clothes, because the colour of beetroot is very strong. So we're going to pop that through. Now once we start pushing the beetroot through, you'll see how the colour is going to change. I'm just making these bits a bit smaller to make them easier to juice. If you've got a juicer that you can actually push them through, and that's absolutely fantastic. And don't forget, there's a difference between a juicer and a blender. A juicer takes out the sap, the blender keeps it all in. And so what we're doing today is we're juicing. So let's push it all down. You can see that beautiful beetroot colour coming out. And what I just want to show you is the mixture of the different vegetables. So there you have it, our beetroot juice. And so I'm just going to give you a quick recap on the ingredients. So we had 5 ingredients. So we had our beetroot, we had our 2 celery sticks, we had a carrot, we had half a cucumber, and then on top of that we had the beetroot itself. So that's how we made our beetroot juice. Very simple, very quick to make. And what I'm going to do is to pour it into the glass now, and you can see what it looks like. So if I just pour some into the glass, it's a real rich, vibrant colour, and it really is a very, very good and nutritious. Now, if you've got really poor digestion, then this is so good for digestive health. It's good for vitamin C, it's good for vitamin E. So it'll clear your eyes and it will give you that bright spark. It'll make your skin glow. So juices and and keeping things like beetroot juice in the diet is a really, really good way of staying healthy. And as this is Healthy Life with Zyga World, then we need to make sure that we stay healthy. So if we keep things like this in the diet, so we've got beetroot, apple, carrot, celery, and last but not least, we've got cucumber. You will notice that I actually do have some of the sap left over. Now, you don't necessarily have to throw that away. You can actually put it into your freezer bag, and you can actually use it when you're making things like broth. You can use it in there. What else you can do with it is you can put it, if you've got animals, put it into their food. If you're baking cakes, you can add it into the cakes. So you really don't need to throw this away. If you've got a garden and you're a keen gardener, then you can actually throw this and use it as compost on your garden. So there's many different uses for this. Don't actually throw it away. Try and think on your feet, and maybe perhaps in the comments below you can give me some other ideas that I haven't mentioned that we can use to do with this. But it's really, really important that when you're using your foods, you limit the amount you throw away. And so make sure you can always find a use for it. So that's something else. What we're going to be doing, I'm just going to try a little bit of the beetroot juice now. And as I've recapped already on the ingredients, but I cannot stress, this is like having a vitamin pill. You really need to take it on an empty stomach and let it go straight into the bloodstream and let it revitalise you and re-energise you. This is Geraldine Curran, your nutritionist, and I'm coming at you from Healthy Life with Zyga World. And today we made a beetroot juice. So don't forget to check back in with us soon and see what we're going to be making next time. So we'll see you soon.